we are going to talk about love. So
Wow.
it is going to be so interesting, I guess. So Guadalupe, tell me, are you in love?
Yeah, I am. I'm in love with my husband, and in general, I'm in love with life. I love everything I do, and I feel very grateful for with life, with God, for all the things I have. And I think it's very important for people to feel grateful and to feel in love in all the situations in life.
That's it, you're right. Thank you very much. All right, Javier, what do you think about this? Are you in love?
Well, yeah, I'm in love, but I would say I'm in love with life, not to start with, because every day that you have the opportunity to start a new day, you need to live it as if it were the last one, no? And you need to have love, first of all, in yourself, so that all that love that you have for yourself, you can share it with the world, no? You can share it with your partner, you can share it with the person you love, your children, your parents, no, family. Even we share love with our students when we are in front of the class, no? So I think that love is one of the most important things that we have in life.
That's it, you're right. Thank you very much. Sergio, are you in love?
Yes. Well, I have to agree with Guadalupe and Javier. I'm in love with life. I try to enjoy all the things that happen to me, even the bad things. I try to enjoy them. So I think that it's part of the self-esteem. You have to enjoy all the things that are surrounding you, and that in that way you can enjoy life more.
That's it. Thank you very much. Yes, you're right. And you know what, Javier, you mentioned also something so interesting. You said that in certain way, we share love with our students. And yes, it is, because I guess that every single thing that we do in the classroom is not only because of the money we get from this beautiful occupation, this beautiful profession. It's because of we really want them to learn, we really them want to grow up, and we are in love of the challenge that it represents to us, and also with the results we get. Well, in my personal case, whenever I see my students that they can develop, they are growing up, I feel so proud and I feel so happy, because I think that they are taking advantage of what they get, not only from me, of course, but also from the environment. So,
Yeah, sorry,
no, it's
finish.
okay. Yeah, and so that result that we are looking for is a source of satisfaction for us.
Yeah, you're right. I would say that maybe economically speaking, it is not as rewarded as we would like teaching to be. But when you see that the students are learning, that they are doing what they have to do, that they can communicate their ideas, it is just so rewarding that the money is not important in that moment, no? So what is important is to see that the students are communicating, that they are achieving their goal, and you just feel very happy. If you allow me, I would like to share an experience I have in Pachuca, Hidalgo. I used to teach in elementary schools. No, I have a kind of company, and I used to bring teachers to public elementary schools to teach children English. It was a kind of a private service at that moment because English was not mandatory yet in elementary school. And I remember that once in one of the schools where we were teaching, the women's soccer U.S. team came to Pachuca and they visited that school, no? And it was really rewarding to me to see that one of the American players approached to a third grader, no? He was cute and he was kind of short, so it was cute, no? And I would say that he called this player's attention and she asked him, no, how old are you? And the boy immediately answered, I am 8 years old, no? And
Wow.
I really felt satisfied because uh, first the student was able to distinguish between how old are you or how are you. Because generally
Uh-huh.
when you tell people how old are you, they tell you, I'm fine, thank you, no?
Uh-huh,
Or
that's
vice
it.
versa. So it's not easy to get it. And just imagine coming that from a native speaker, no? And she just didn't pay attention to her speaking fast because she spoke fast. And then
Yeah.
the student was able to distinguish the question and to answer immediately. And well, I felt very happy because even though I was not the teacher, because I used to train the teachers, hire them, and do all of the administrative work, well, I knew that we were doing something good for these children. That in the future, that experience for that specific boy was going to be helpful to continue studying. So that is really rewarding, no, and amazing to observe it and to see how students become powerful with what we do.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. That's what I was talking about. It's so satisfying and also exciting to listen to our students speaking in English. So, yeah, well, I personally am in love with teaching. You know what? I studied accountant in Instituto Politécnico Nacional, but later on I realized that my life was not in an office. I had the opportunity of teaching English to a neighbor in a private class. And suddenly he invited me to work at his school, well, where he was studying, because they needed a teacher, an English teacher. And I hesitated a little, but later on I suddenly decided to change my life into the office for the life into a school, and it trapped me. I was really caught by teaching, and now, well, I have been in this beautiful profession for 25 years, and I really love it. I really love it. And sometimes when I am angry with my students because they don't pay attention, I think about quitting. And I say, no, this is not for me. I have to change my occupation. I have to quit. But later on, I say, all right, I am going to give up, but not this month because I have a lot of exams and there are going to be evaluations. So that has been my life. All right. Well, thank you very much. Let's go to the next. So, you know what? I guess that love has many different forms, has many different, well, is in many different kinds, and we have different ways to express it. So, tell me, how, no, what has it been the most enormous um, proof, we could say, of love that somebody gave you, Guadalupe?
Well, it's a complicated question, but I just cannot think about anything. But I guess my husband every day. I think more than one special occasion, I think he shows me his love every day, in an amount of small things, for help, for support, for company. And I think love more than this big uh, feeling like Romeo and Juliet. I think the most important love is the one that is given and received during the whole life. So even though I cannot think of one special occasion, I think he shows me his love every day.
Hey, that's beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay, Guadalupe, please tell me who's next.
I think Javier.
All right, thank you.
Wow, I think that every day we have love experiences, and when you enjoy life, no, the way it is, I think that you cannot really say this is the most important or that one. You need to give the same value to things, no, and even the smallest um, way of showing you that someone loves you, that is very valuable to us, no, and especially in this profession, no. There are times that people do not understand what you are doing and why you are doing it, and there are times that they kind of hate you, no. But as time goes by, and then they realize that what you did, even though they hated you and it was really demanding on them, it was very good for them because after some time, that demand that you ask for them, no, that hard work helps them to get other goals, and they don't suffer as much as when they were with you, no. And I'm telling you this because I remember when I was working at FES Pautitlan. I was the coordinator for the English teachers training course, and one of my students, I remember her, she had kind of trouble with the course, no? And I was very demanding as the coordinator and as a teacher. I would say students were kind of afraid of me, no? But this girl, even though that situation, she continued working and she did her best in order to finish the course, no? She only had finished high school. She finished the course, and a few years later, I learned that she had finished a master's degree, and that she mentioned, well, after finishing the teacher's training course, studying a major and studying the master's was nothing compared to that experience, no? And for me, that was also a very rewarding um, situation, no? And that you can see that, well, you are giving love to them, no? You are really caring about them for them to be better, for them to have better opportunities. And at the end, they realize that all that hard work you asked for them was beneficial, no? And that now they have reached other levels. For me, that is kind of a great way of showing love, no? Because it's not showing love for your students or showing love for a teacher, but showing love for a process that we follow through our life.
That's it.
That's what it.
Yeah, and that's so beautiful. That's really rewarding, as you said. All right, thank you very much, Javier. Okay,
Welcome.
Sergio, talk to us about your experience.
You are not going to ask who's next?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do, but I said, could it be Sergio or Sergio?
Okay. Well, I agree with Javier that love is in the small things. Sometimes you receive a gift from a student, and maybe for you is not important, but for the student is too important. Sometimes you receive a gift not from the student that who you talk more and who is your maybe a friend. Sometimes it's the shy student or something that you can't even notice in your classroom, and you are doing something that is I don't know how can I say, something that is changing his life. So I think that the small things are mm, very important, and love is in the small things.
That's it. Yes, yes, that's it. I totally agree with you. And well, I would like to talk about the effect that love has on our bodies and on our health. Well, it's well known by everyone that love is not only something beautiful that we feel, but also a very beneficial feeling that can help us to prevent some sicknesses. So, well, I don't know if you could tell me something about it. Anybody voluntarily?
Sergio,
Come on.
Okay. Uh, I was remembering the activity when we talk about the health and how can we improve our health with laugh. So I think that that kind of things, love, laugh, are things that can make your body to feel better even if you don't notice it. So I'm not sure because I don't know if they are documents or some studies about the benefits of love, but I think that if you feel good, it's good for your health.
Aha, that's it. Yes, you're right. Okay, thank you very much. So, who's next, Sergio?
Next is Guadalupe.
Great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, now that you were talking, I was just remember some songs for the Beatles. For example, the one "All You Need Is Love,"
Oh, yes.
and I think it's very important because it's known that love has the same effects in the brain as some drugs, and when you're in love in your brain, some neurotransmitters like, for example, serotonin, dopamine, all those substances are held. So when we're in love, we feel in a very positive way, especially if the person or the thing we love is giving us all that uh, satisfaction. Also, studies have proof that when people is in love, has more resistance to pain. For example, the painless effect for love is possible because all of those substances that are held by the body when we are in love. So I think that for health, also the depression and anxiety is less when the people is in love. Even though even for the body, you can get weight. I mean, you can lose weight when you're in love. So for all the that situation, it's very important that people is in love. When I have persons in my therapy, I try to encourage them not to love only one person, but to love an activity, love life, love animals, love everything. I think, and I like to end uh, again with that phrase from the song, and I agree very much with that. That all you need is love.
You know what? You made me remember something, but later on, whenever Javier tell us, I will tell you mine. All right?
Okay.
Thank you. Javier, hello.
Okay. Well, all you need is love is not only one song we could remember from the Beatles, no? Also, John Lennon has that song that is called Love, no? So, he just says, no, love is everything. No, love is touching, touch is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. So, and also he says, love is asking to be loved. No, and well, as Lupita was saying, there are studies, no, that show that the endorphins that you free when you are in love, they make you feel good. And well, I want to share the other day, I read an article, no, in which it said that if you feel bad or if you are sick, no, and if you make love, after making love, you are going to feel better, no? And that's the way they show, no, that love really makes people to feel better, to have a better living condition. So it is important to have love in our lives. But if we do not have love in our lives, we can eat chocolate because also it has been shown that chocolate, no, eating some chocolate has the same effect as making love or to be in love or to have any other drugs, no, that are going to make us feel better. So we have many options to be happy, no, it is not necessary to be in love to have someone to love to feel better. No, with a small piece of chocolate a day, you can also feel good and you can be in love with chocolate.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. I have also heard and I have also read that in some articles that talk about the oxytocin that we deliver whenever we eat chocolates. And even it helps or to hemispheres, brain hemispheres, to have another kind of connection. So it helps brain to function, to work in in a better way. So that's when we are thinking clearly, we can reflect, we can reflection, we can process many information, much information, I mean. But you know what? You made me remember also that once upon a time, I was feeling so, well, I thought that I needed some vitamins. So I went to see the doctor. And I told the doctor, good afternoon, doctor. I'm very happy to see you, but it's going to be a very brief visit because I know what's happened to me. So I could ask you to, um, if you can do me the favor of prescribing me some vitamins because you know I have a lot of work, so I have to go. So the doctor told me, hey, stop. Are you asking me for a prescription or are you asking me for my opinion? Because you know what? I am a doctor. And so I said, oh, I'm sorry, doctor. Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. And he told me then, all right, what happens to you? Well, my head hurts, my back hurts. Sometimes my eyes, I feel them so irritated. So I think that I need vitamins. And he said, "Ah, it's you again. Okay, are you a doctor?" No, 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 I'm a teacher. All right, the doctor is me, all right? Get it? Yes, doctor, I'm sorry. And so he told me, all right, where do you work? And I said, well, I work in 2 preparatory schools, in a university, and I work in Ilse. And he told me, oh, wow, yeah. What are your schedules? Well, from 7 to 2 in this school, from 2 to 5 in this other, from 7 to 10 in Saturdays and Sunday. And he said, oh, wow, yes, I see. What does your husband say about this? And I said, oh, no, it's okay, doctor. You know, I am divorced. And so I don't have any problem about it because I don't have a husband. And he told me, aha, all right. So what do you do in Sunday, on Sundays? Well, I work. Oh, Saturday, I work.
Work.
Okay. During the week, I work. Okay, great. And tell me, what time do you travel? What time do you go out with friends? What time do you talk with your family? And I said, oh, yes, of course. I talk with my family all of the time by WhatsApp.
Huh.
And he said, aha, great. And with your friends by WhatsApp? Oh, yes, of course. We are very close and we send many videos,
Huh.
emoticons. And he said, you know what, lady, your problem is that you are depressed. I said, no, doctor, I am a very smiling person. I am a very happy person, so cheerful. And he said, well, that's what you say, but I am going to read for you this list. If you have some of these symptoms, then I am going to tell you what's your problem. And he began reading, and the whole list was yes, yes. I thought that he was asking me. And later on, he told me, the problem that you have is smiling depression.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
What? Smiling depression. I am not joking. Doctor. So he told me, all of this pain that you have is because you are depressed. You need to stop working a little and to have a boyfriend. And I said, no, doctor, I don't need a boyfriend. And he told me, yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Oh, my. All right, tell me why. And he told me all of the benefits of talking to anybody, of hugging anybody. And I said, all right, but you know what? I don't need a boyfriend. I need, well, I have a cat, you know.
Huh.
He told me, all right, don't be afraid of meeting new people. Okay, have a cat, but talk to your family, go out to eat, go out to drink a cup of coffee with your friends, visit your mother. And I said, oh my. And I came in here for a pack of vitamins or something like that. And yes, from the moment that he began talking to me about that, I have already have time for talking to friends, for drinking a cup of coffee, for staying more time in the table to talk with my family. Because you know what? I was in the extreme. Whenever I was hungry, my daughter brought me some food here to my desk, and I ate here alone. So I said, oh my, I am killing myself. And so, yes,
And have you found a boyfriend?
yes, my beautiful Lenovo.
Ah.
No.
Yes, she really understands me. No, but I have been thinking about going out to dance, to sing. You know what? I like to sing very much. I like to dance. So I'm going to do it one of these days. like something like after evaluations or something. All right. Jenny, welcome. How are you?
Fine, teacher. I'm
Excellent.
sorry to be late.
It's okay. I understand. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity of being on time. All right. You know what? Ta-da! Look at this. Here we are going to analyze these these wise phrases. Here they say that a jealous woman does better research than FBI. Is it true?
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
Really? What do you think about it? Javier, what's your opinion?
Actually,
Um, wow, I think that well, jealousy is a feeling, no, that we have, and also it shows our fears, not that we are not secure of ourselves, and that we fear to be harmed, no, in a relationship. However, I think that it shouldn't be. No, jealousy shouldn't be, because when you get involved in a relationship, it's because it is two people who want to be together, no? And if, for example, in that relationship, one of those two people decides to move, no, to look at a different direction, is because maybe the relation is not really working. Something is missing or something is happening, and well, uh, maybe it is time to move on, no? So I think that jealousy sins are not really necessary, no? Because there are some people who get really mad, no? And they want even they want to kill the third one, no?
Oh,
Either
yes.
a woman or a man, and you say, come on, that is being irrational, no? Because if the other person decided to try it with someone else, if it's because something that you are doing is not working, no? And also we do not own people. And when that happens, well, we should understand, and we should let that person, if we really love him or her, to be happy, because when you love someone, what you want is for him or her to be happy, no? And if that person is not happy with you, well, so you love him, her, let her be happy, and let's move on. And that's the way life is, no? Nothing is forever, and we know that, even though we try to do it. And that's why there are times that this kind of situation brings other kind of problems to our society, no? That's what I think.
Hey, that's it. Pretty good. All right. Thank you very much, Javier. All right, Javier, who's next?
Uh, well, let's go with Jenny. Jenny just arrived.
Yeah, thank you. Jenny,
Yes,
what
teacher.
do you think about this?
That my partner has the reason that sometimes when you are jealous, destroy other persons because you have like insecurity when you are in a relationship. Well, that's my opinion.
That's it. Pretty good. Thank you, Jenny. All right, Jenny, who's next?
No, I don't know who is in.
Here
Sergio?
we All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, like Javier said, I think that jealousy is insecurity. So if you are insecure in a relationship, I think that that relationship is not for you. Many years ago, I had the opportunity to have a relationship with a jealous woman, and it's too hard to maintain the relationship. So at least I have to give up I let her go because it's very difficult. It's painful. You have to I don't know. She can take every opportunity to ask you something to it's hard. I don't know how to say it, but it's difficult. So I think that first of all, you have to be secure of you, to have self-esteem, and in that way, you are not going to be jealous. I think that all people is jealous in a different level, but you have to manage it. You have to keep your jealousy under control.
Yeah, that's it. All right, thank you. Okay, Javier, Sergio, Lupita is next, isn't she?
Yes,
All
she's.
right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think, as all of you have said, um, jealousy is insecurity, but I also think that a little bit of jealousy in a relationship is healthy, because if we go to the other side, that not to have any attention with to what our couple is doing is not too good for the relationship. And I'm reading the other sentence that says never fighting with your partner is a sign of distance. It shows that you don't really know each other, according to couple therapists. So I think the secret is somewhere in the middle. A little interest, but not too much that takes the possibility of the other people to do things, and not to feel that your couple is around you every time. I think not jealous, but interest in the other person is what makes the relationship a healthy one.
Yes, that's it. But yes, as you mentioned, it's the middle point, not to be so jealous to hurt people or to offend or couple, but also not to be so distant that they
Sure.
think that you don't care.
Sure.
Hey, that's it. Pretty good. All right. Here they say that the most dangerous thing in this world is a silent, smiling woman. What do you think about it? Are we so
That is true.
Is it true?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think it's a stereotype.
Stereotype. Yes,
A
that's
stereotype, yeah.
all right. So, what do you think about it, Javier?
Um, well, we might talk about stereotypes, but women are difficult to understand, no? And
Are
there are
we?
times that you don't really know how to interpret them, no? And yeah, as a silent, smiling woman can be dangerous because you don't know what is going through her mind, no? It might be something positive for you, or it might not. So I think that the best way to avoid this is, as Lupita mentioned, no? If you don't have a fight, it's because there is no, I would say, no chemistry, no? So
Mhm.
something is not really working. And if you are not jealous, it's because you don't care about the other person, no? So in that moment, I think that you need to analyze where the relationship is and decide if you want to continue with it or if you want to quit, no? And this is in benefit of both partners. Otherwise, we get into unhealthy relationships and at the end, well, we have other kind of problems which can be avoided if you face the situation in the right moment.
That's it. Yes. Thank you very much, Javier. Sergio, what do you think about it?
Well, this image makes me remember two well-known questions that you can ask to a woman. For example, are you angry? And the response of her is no.
No.
What happened? Nothing.
Nothing. You ask and I answer. Nothing.
Yeah, that's
Yes, and you have to guess what's happening. So I don't know what to think about a woman that is silently smiling and looking at you.
And
Oh
Sergio,
my.
give me the right answer for this question. Am I fat? Do I look fat?
Uh, yes, you are right. Independently of the answer, she's going to be mad.
Yeah. No matter what you answer, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Jenny, what do you think about it?
That the one on a silent smile
Yeah.
is, I think, is dangerous because you don't know what she's thinking and you know what she's planning. For example, maybe she's planning something is not good
Oh
for
my.
other people,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's not good.
Maybe she has a knife in her hand.
A
Could be.
serial
Yeah, you're
killer, no?
right.
But even, let me tell you something. To be a woman is extremely difficult because even sometimes we don't understand ourselves. So, for example, whenever I am
Yeah.
talking to my son and I'm very angry and I say, hey, don't answer to me, silence. Why don't you answer to me, mommy? Silence. But mommy, shut up. Tell me what? Oh, mommy, you told me silence. Oh, come on. So yes, it is difficult. All right. So, but never, well, nothing is so bad as it seems. Let me tell you that cuddling triggers a reaction in the brain similar to taking painkillers. Did you know that?
Yeah, yes, yeah, we already said that. Sure. As a matter of fact, there's a very nice story about that. Um, is it known that two two boys were born premature, so they had to put them uh, in a nursing place because they were very small. And this story, as a matter of fact, is called the loving hug. And one nurse decided to put the two kids in the same place. And later on, when they went to see the babies, they saw that one was hugging the other, and finally both were well. So this closeness from one to each other helped them recover their health. So I think cuddling and as well as all the love manifestation are very important for people, for health, for well-being in general. That's what I think.
Hey, that was beautiful. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. All right, Lupita, who's next?
Let me see. Jenny, please.
All right, thank you.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So, what do you think about this? So, cuddling triggers a reaction in the brain similar to taking painkillers.
that is true that in some aspect it is same with the brain of a human. It is something similar when you are maybe in a situation that you can explain.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's
Bueno,
it. Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. I listened to you.
yes, it's like when you are you have to put that things like in a balance,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to decide what to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, you're right. All right, thank you very much, Jenny. Jenny, who's next?
Mm, Javier?
All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, we have already discussed about this, no? And love is really going to make your brain react to some stimuli, and that is going to help you to release the pain, no? To forget about it, and you are going to feel better. So I agree with the citation.
Hey, that's great. Thank you. Okay, Javier, who's next? Sergio or Sergio?
I think that maybe Sergio, no, could be an option.
Maybe.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Well, I think that we all need more hugs. Um, we need free hugs. And there is a social experiment of free hugs. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No.
I have seen the people hugging everyone, and I give hugs, but I didn't know what happened.
As a matter of fact, I give a workshop called hog therapy. Hog
Okay.
therapy. Whenever you want, you can join us.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, sure.
Even virtual hugs?
Yeah, I'll send you all of you a virtual hug.
Excellent.
Hey,
As you know, I'm a distant teacher in the UNAM. So most of the mails I send to my students, I sign them with a big virtual hug.
hey, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Sounds excellent.
Yeah. You know what? I would like to talk about an article I read about a nurse. She was a new nurse in a hospital in Santa Elena. And it happened that in that hospital in special, there was a very high rate of infantile mortality. So there were most of the kids that came to that hospital died for unsuspected reasons. They were doing research about if it was the cleaning, if there were microbes. They looked for everything. They found nothing. But one day, she thought that it could be much better to give a hug, to kiss, to cuddle the little babies before they die, because it was supposed that if they were there, they were unavoidably die. And so she felt pain, and so she said, "Poor babies, they are far of their families, and they are so alone." And so she began cuddling the babies. She began kissing, singing, hugging, and suddenly the mortality rate got low. And so it was so surprising. They began researching again what happened. Still, the moment they saw the nurse who was cuddling the babies, that she were playing with the babies, that she was playing with the babies. So from that moment, they began to ask their parents to be there. I don't know if you have had the sad situation of having a baby in the hospital. I did. And when my son was 6 months old, he was for a week in the hospital because of a sickness in his stomach. And I couldn't be able to come back home. I was obligated, well, that's not the correct word, but I had to be there all day long taking care of my son. It was not a problem for me. Instead, it was so nice for me because I could see my baby. But there were many mothers who didn't pay attention to their children. They were reading instead of helping the baby to sleep. And so there were some cases that were lasting a lot more to heal. And so, well, that study detonated that parents should be in the hospital with their children, because it was a study that showed that babies need a hug, babies need a cuddle, and they need a kiss, they need some songs, some
They need
lullaby.
love.
They need love, that's it.
Yeah.
So they get better soon.
Awesome.
That was beautiful. And I could see it in my family. But, well, let's go to the next. Look at this. 65% of people tilt their heads to the right when kissing. Is it true?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't paid attention.
Yes.
But yes,
But
that's
could
what
be.
they... But I don't know. What about lefties?
Yeah.
They tilt to the left?
The other 35, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. All right. Okay. And so let's go to this. A psychology study suggests that when you're single, all you see are happy couples. When you are committed, you see happy singles. What is it? Is it true?
Yes, that's for sure.
Yes.
Those are
It's something that
us, no?
the grass is greener in the neighbor's house.
Yeah,
That's it. Whenever it is cold, we want the sun shining and burning. And whenever the sun burns and shine, we want the weather to be cold.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Also another saying that all those that are in want to get out, and the ones
Uh-huh.
that are out want to get in.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Finally, I would like you to listen to this. Without respect, love is lost. Without caring, love is boring. Without honesty, love is unhappy. And without trust, love is unstable. That's what we were talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you want to say anything else, or if you want to ask anything. Of course, I don't know everything about love, but I don't know if you have any doubt about the platform or any other thing.
Yeah, about the platform, I have some questions.
Yes.
There are some exercises that I cannot get in.
Aha, don't worry. You know what? The platform for each level has 400 exercises for you.
Oh.
But
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that you are a very busy person. You all are
Yes.
teachers. Most of you are, well, everybody have different occupations. So I hide some exercises because it is too much. So
oh,
I
Yes.
just the ones that I consider that apport more for you.
okay.
So don't
Is,
worry. If you
is
can,
there a deadline for the units of the exercises?
oh yes, it is. It's December 16th.
Okay.
I
So,
have
yeah,
time.
you have time. But you know what, Jenny? Some people used to say, I will do it tomorrow. And whenever they realize it's December 15th. So, yeah, so,
Oh, no, teacher.
so take it easy. But yes, don't be afraid of that because there's time. But just to be constant is the clue, the key clue.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
Have you already, no, you are no, you are B2. Have you already applied unit 3?
Not yet.
No,
I
not yet.
think, I
And
think
a little
so.
bit,
All
Yeah, I
right,
a
do.
little bit.
Yeah, I do.
all right. It's okay, so don't worry. There are some tasks in there that are difficult to do. The speaking
Yeah.
ones, some people complain about that they can't work with the speaking tasks because they can't record.
I haven't seen this
Yeah, that happens. But
speaking activities.
Okay.
Where are they?
They are some of them are in unit 2 and another one is in unit 3 and 5. Javier, you were going to say anything.
yeah, well, I'm working already on unit number 7. But as for the problem with the recording, I also share this information on the group on WhatsApp. If you cannot do the recording using Google Chrome, you can use either, well, I use Edge, no, for in Windows, or
Okay.
also you can use Internet Explorer. Those two, those two browsers open the recording window so you can record and do your speaking activities without any problems.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We are going to share it with all of our students. Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much for your attention, for your attendance, for your participation, for sharing your experiences. And I hope you have a very beautiful night.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Likewise, have a very good night.
You
Thank
too,
Thank
you.
you,
teacher.
you too.